Guess who's back? Back again. No more stupid songs in my videos. Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to Tuesday Reviews. And today for Tuesday Reviews, we have the Jurassic Park Series 1 Screeching Velociraptor. Now, before I get on with this video, I just want to say that, obviously, as you can tell, I am back from my little break. It felt good, and now that I'm back making videos, I feel like I can get them done a lot easier than I could before. But enough of that, let's get on with the review. And first we'll take a look at the paint on this figure. And the paint at first glance, I'm not a big fan of the orange and red, to be honest with you. I mean, with the Slashing Velociraptor figure that I reviewed sometime last year, the paint on that figure was brown and black, and it worked, but I don't imagine orange and red on a Velociraptor. It's probably because the colors seem a little bit too bright. Well, the colors are too bright, but I want bright colors on, like, you know, my cartoonish looking figures. I'll bring in Donkey Kong here to show you as an example. It works on Donkey Kong because he is a cartoon character. Well, he's a video game character, but it's a cartoonish video game. So it works there, but here, the paint just doesn't work for me. I'll get to why in a minute. Well, I'll get to more detail in a bit, but first we'll take a closer look at the paint in the head. First of all, the teeth are painted this white, which looks kind of nice. Well, it looks pretty nice, actually. The eyes are painted green. I mean, I don't remember the eyes being green in Jurassic Park, but it kind of fits for this figure. But then again, that's probably it on the paint. Well, that's probably one of the few things I like about the paint on this figure, for the eyes and the teeth. The tongue is this gummy color. We have the JP10 right here with the Velociraptor logo. Again, a bunch of oranges and reds. The toe claws are painted this grayish color, and the claws are painted gray. Underneath, for the underbelly, it is white, and if you ask me, I think it is very obvious that this raptor watches my old YouTube channel. I mean, I don't understand why he watches my old YouTube channel, but you know what? Whatever floats his boat. And that is it for the paint on this figure. I mean, there are some bits of paint that I like on this figure, but the overall red and orange just, I don't really like. So the paint is not good in my opinion, so it doesn't get a pass. Also, if you heard that noise, that is a dog outside barking for some reason. Articulation on this figure, there's not much. Oh, there's that dog again. The arms can twist backwards and forwards, and that's about it. And if we bring the arms up like this, we'll get to that in a second, this leg can get pulled back. And if you pull this leg back, the legs will, well, not the legs, but the arms will, he will be in this leaping mode, like, well, this leaping pose, like he's in the air. So, like, let's say I'm just going to bring in Dr. Billy Grant right here. Let's say the raptor leaps in the air and then eats them, just tackles them. Raptors don't tackle people, but again, whatever floats Kenner's boat. And the feature isn't all that great. Also, if you do this, there is supposed to be a sound that plays. However, this is a toy from 1993, and obviously my batteries are corroded and dead, so yeah, there is no noise on mine. If you find another video on YouTube, then yeah, I'm sure you'll get the noise, but for here, you can't get the noise. Sorry. Alright, so there's not much articulation on this figure, but it's still okay because I'm not expecting like a ton of articulation on this figure. Now we'll move on to the sculpt, and I like the sculpt on this figure. I really do. I mean, the tail on mine is a little chipped, and it's a little bit shorter, but it works still. The only thing I don't like is the head sculpt. The head sculpt is nice, however, the head sculpt is way too big on this figure. I don't know if it's just me, but the head just looks like it's way too big for this body. For the Slashing Velociraptor, it was perfect. The head was perfect size. That was just a really nice raptor figure. You know, that's probably my favorite Jurassic Park Velociraptor figure of all time. We'll get to my thoughts about this later on. But enough of that. Let's go back to the sculpt of this figure. But other than the massive head, the sculpt on this figure is actually somewhat nice. Looks very screen accurate, you know, except for the giant head. And yeah, the sculpt gets pass, and the articulation, not much, but still gets pass. And lastly, let's take a look at the detailing on this figure. And there are actually a lot of nice bits of detailing on this figure. First, we'll take a look at the head. There are a bunch of creases in the skin right here, which look really nice, and just a bunch of scaling. Moving down the body, there are just more creases and scales. Moving to the arms, again, a bunch of, you know, scales. Kenner did a very good job with the detailing on, well, not just this figure, but basically all their figures. They did a nice job giving their figures this reptilian sort of look, because, in case you don't know, dinosaurs are related to birds. However, Jurassic Park has their dinosaurs more lizard-like because of the frog DNA in order to, you know, bring them back to life, because there are gaps in the DNA spaces, so they have to fill that with frog DNA. So, technically, this is a frog raptor. And if you really think about it, Jurassic Park is actually the first Jurassic Park movie to have hybrids. So technically the Indominus Rex doesn't count, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Just a bunch of more detailing right here in the leg. The feet detailing looks really nice right here. And the toe claws are painted very nice as well. Underneath are just a bunch of scaling and wrinkles, which again looks nice. Moving to the bottom of the tail, there are again a bunch of nice bits of detail right there. Moving to the side, again lots of nice scaling and detailing on this figure. And the tail on mine is chipped, so yeah. I tried gluing on the tail after it chipped off, but yeah. So if you wonder what that white stuff is on the end of its tail, then yeah, that's super glue. That's dried super glue. I tried to glue the tip of the tail back on, but obviously that doesn't work. But again, the tail isn't too short, even if that little bit is chipped off. It still looks nice. And should you get this figure? I mean, definitely get the Slashing Raptor over this one. This is actually a Kenner... Sorry, I stutter a lot. This is actually a Kenner figure that I actually somewhat don't like. I mean, there are a bunch of other Kenner figures that I don't like. I mean, in my past videos, I said that Kenner did their best with Jurassic Park figures, and you should buy all of the Kenner figures. After looking at this, I'm not too sure, actually. I mean, the sculpt and detailing is nice on this figure, and there's not much articulation, but you could still forgive them, but it's just the paint and the really big head sculpt. I don't know, but anyway, if you want to know how big this figure is, here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And this raptor is a little too big compared to Billy Grant. However, the Jurassic Park 3 human figures are a lot smaller than the Jurassic Park human figures. And also, if you really want to go there, you could actually pretend that this is a Dakota Raptor instead of a Velociraptor. But anyway, that's enough of that. But either way, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zach out.